Welcome back, people. Welcome to the video, and today I'm going to be talking about REITs. REITs. You know, if you're here, that's what you're looking for. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will understand what a REIT is in as much as I do anyway. Again, I'm not an expert. This is not financial advice. This is just for, I suppose, entertainment purposes or something like that. Okay. But stick around, hopefully you'll learn something. So what is a REIT? A REIT is a real estate investment trust. And yeah, you're probably still none the wiser of what that means.
I have no idea!
And that's exactly the situation I was in, hence the reason of making this video. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the exact same situation. I watched a couple of videos, I was told that REITs were something that I should be looking at in terms of investing. And even after watching the videos, I was none the wiser of what a REIT actually was. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna do a bit of research, but then I'm gonna make something that actually explains it, you know, in simple, straightforward terms, or try. So hopefully by the end of this, you will think that I've done exactly that, and you will understand on the face of it what a REIT is. So, all right, let's go. Essentially, talk stupid to me. That's what I like.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Make it as simple as possible, and then I might get it. Perfect. People might say to you, they say it to me all the time, it's one of the things that everyone always says is, you should invest in property. Invest in property. Property is where you should invest. The problem with that is that to invest in property, traditionally, it takes a large amount of capital. You have to have quite a lot of money to invest in property.
Your mommy and daddy give you $10?
Even just to buy your own home now, it's hard enough, but to actually then invest in property as an actual investment other than the investment of your own home, it takes a lot of capital.
I don't have that kind of money.
And apparently that's why REITs were invented in the 1960s, to try and combat that and allow people to be able to invest in property without the massive upfront capital. So what is it? What is it really? Like what is it? It's a company that's set up to buy and invest in property that allows you to then buy shares within that trust. So they go out, buy the property as investments, and you buy a share of that. Think of it like today's crowdfunding. They are essentially the same thing. A REIT can be a private or an exchange listed entity. So you can, again, like myself right now, you can buy shares through an exchange of a REIT, or you can do this privately. And a REIT is a great way for you to invest in property with very little funds. And one of the greatest parts of a REIT is in order for it to be classified as a REIT, what they have to do is pay out over 90% of their taxable income to their shareholders as dividends. So that means if you buy into a REIT, it means that every month you will get a return on your investment through dividends. And these REITs can have dividends of around 5 to 8% per year. And when you consider the return on investment of a general investment property, 8% is not a bad return. So to get an 8% dividend and not have to put the upfront capital that you would to buy an investment property, it's quite an attractive investment.
Hello, I like money.
You don't have any of the risk in the same way that you would if you invested in property yourself. You don't have to do any of the work, you just have to buy into one of these real estate investment trusts, and then you get paid your dividends monthly. The other plus side of a REIT as well is that obviously the price can go up as well. With exchange listed REITs, you can have the same effect as you have with general common stock. The price can go up at the same time. In fact, my REITs are performing very well currently, especially compared to the stock market this year, especially being 2022.
It's burning, but it's cold.
Now, the price of which tends to be more linked with the price of property. And this is another reason why a REIT is classed as a more solid long-term investment. You might not get the same sort of jump in price that common stock could have.
To the moon!
But at the same time, it is linked to a tangible asset.
Those are assets, undeniable assets.
Obviously, you can have a common stock, a stock in Tesla, which is linked to the company. The company is technically just that. It does have assets in that, but a company could technically go to zero. It could go into administration. Whereas with a REIT, because it's backed by the tangible assets being those investment properties, the chances of that going to zero is very slim. And the property market in general has been very strong. Of course, that can change, but at the same time, at least you still have that tangible asset. And so for me, it becomes more of a solid long-term investment, at least something that I would keep in my portfolio alongside some of my stocks as well. So a REIT is a way of buying into property without having to have that massive upfront capital and without having to do a lot of the work as well. And you still get the gains of monthly dividends as you would with a rental property. Would I invest in REITs if I was you?
Well, would you?
Yeah, of course I would. I do in fact invest in REITs. So I have it as part of my portfolio. I break it down into different sections and REITs being one of them. And so far this year, as I mentioned, it is actually one of the best performing parts of my portfolio. I hope this has helped you understand in a bit more layman's terms of what a REIT is. For me, I wanted to try and give the easiest possible explanation of, and I'm fed up of saying the word REIT, it's kind of echoing in my ears right now, of what a real estate investment trust is and how it can be beneficial to you and your portfolio. If you'd like to learn about these sorts of things, subscribe to the channel. I've got many more of these different things coming. And if you found it entertaining, drop me a like and a comment, and I'd love to hear more from you. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.